Alright, it's John here again with David's Pasture. Today we're going to go over how we move our cows in the winter. The technique we use for this is called strip grazing. It's a little different than the technique we use with live active growing grass. This is when we have dormant stockpile grass. We were lucky enough in this fall to have a really nice, good temperatures, good amount of rainfall, which give us a great amount of stockpiled pasture. So if you'll notice over here, we'll kind of show you. This is where they've been grazing behind me. And we have a fixed water source in the back, which makes it a little easier for the winter, not having to move water all the time like we do in the summer. And then over here is going to be our next paddock that we're going to put them in. But instead of putting them in and keeping them in this paddock, which would be like rotational grazing, what we do in the summer is we're just going to drop this line right here, this electrical line, and give them that amount. Now they'll stay mostly on this area, so they'll disperse manure and all that like we like, instead of just in one location like most traditional people have to deal with when they're grazing their cows. And then we will set up this one. We'll just take this wire and set it up over for the next couple days. And so they'll have new grass. They'll mostly stay on this, but they'll be able to come back on the pasture that they've already grazed, since it's dormant ground and dormant grass, and they'll be able to go get their water. All right, so I'm gonna set a shot up and kind of show you how we do this. In this part of the pasture, we do not have electric fence, so we use these solar chargers that work really well. And all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to unhook this. We'll move it to the next one here in a second, but as you'll see here, these cows are ready to come on over in the new pasture. I'm going to take down this now that it's off. Just going to move this wire over. As you can see, they're in a pretty good routine. They'll come on the new grass. And they should go up. So what I'll do again is I'll take this down, this one strand down, I'll put it over, set up for the next day. That also helps as well if they happen to get out, which they're really well trained to. If they happen to get out, there's another protection for them not to get out and go too far in the pasture. We don't want them to graze yet. So that's how it's done. We have it set up for the next day. I do want to show you real quick. Here's the wire, the electric fence cord you see me pulling in and out. This actually models from Gallagher. It's a 3-to-1 ratio. So I can go down there, and once all the step-in, those blue step-in posts that you saw, once those are cleared out, I can reel it in, clip it on to the next area where I want that paddock, and get it going. So it's a pretty simple process. It allows cows to graze, still be a cow instead of huddled around hay all winter long. Disperses the manure better, keeps the animal less likely to get sick, anything like that during the winter season. And as you can see, they really enjoy that new fresh paddock. So glad you could watch today. We're going to continue weekly showing you how we do things, especially right now in the winter. As I've said in earlier vlogs, it can be very challenging, but we got to kind of think outside the box and try to mimic as best possible to keep these animals that we have over the winter mimicking the pasture raised principles that we believe in so strongly. So until next time, we'll see you later.